In a world permeated with barbecue websites under the control of tyrannical administrators, there was one man, a one-man army. He broke all the rules. He allowed his members to speak out, give their opinions, and make the website what it is today. Get ready for Greg Rempe and the Barbecue Central Show.
Live from Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Barbecue Central Show.
Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Greg Rempe. A very good Tuesday evening to you, wherever you may be. Happy to have you aboard. Got a great show for you, so hope you're ready to jump in, take part, or, as always, you can sit back and just lay out, listen to the show, see how it unfolds. Got a great show lined up for you tonight, so if you don't need any setup, you know what you want to jump in about and weigh in on, go ahead and call me at 216-220-0966. That's 220-0966. You can also email me, as always, at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. That's bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Don't forget, you can always keep up with all things important in the world of barbecue and grilling by going to our website, www.thebarbecuecentral.com. Also, if you've missed a Barbecue Central show here on LA Talk Radio, go ahead and circle back to the archives page, go to the LA Talk Radio homepage, click on the Barbecue Central badge, and you'll be shown a whole list of archive shows. You can also download the ones you've missed. Don't forget the Barbecue Central show is also on iTunes, so if you are an iPod person or you use iTunes to get your podcast, just search the Barbecue Central show on BBS Talk Radio. I'll be making a change to that to LA Talk Radio here probably tonight, and that will bring up all of the shows that you have missed, and you can put them on your iPod or your MP3 player, whatever you use, and you're off and running. So there you go. If you need some setup tonight, let me tell you what the show is going to be featuring. We're going to be talking with Merle Whitebook from the Kansas City Barbecue Society. He had a little he had a job, basically, is what I'm trying to say, and was kind of ran late last week, and that's why we did not have him on in the second segment. So we're going to be hooking him back up this show tonight, and we'll join him second segment, probably, depending on how the show content is actually flowing, we might peep him into a third segment as well just to finish up. So that's who we have booked up. Otherwise, wide open. Don't forget, fourth segment, as always, Know Your Cue, or your chance to win a 3-pack of D-Dog Barbecue Rub. Hinges on your fact that you're listening to the show live and that you are able to answer a trivia question that I make up during the course of the show. You'll call in. If you answer correctly, you get your hands on a 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub. Absolutely free, brought to you by D-Dog's Barbecue Rub at ddogsbbq.com. And, of course, we all know that D-Dog's Barbecue Rub is better than ketchup. Again, 216-220-0966 or bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. You know, I can't tell you how many times people come up to me and say, you know, I always hear you talk about how people use the term barbecue and grilling and interchange these terms, and they continue to think that I am not telling the truth, that I make this up for my own benefit, maybe so I have some type of show content in order to talk about with you people. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. I've had a few audio clips here in the past, and luckily, another show host here on LA Talk Radio, who hosts a show every, I believe it's Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern, David Daskell of Average Joe fame, did this little nugget of wisdom, actually, when he was plugging my show. If you don't believe me, just take a listen.
Because I'm a big fan of barbecue ribs, barbecue steak, barbecue everything.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Because I'm a big fan of barbecue ribs, barbecue steak, barbecue everything.
Not barbecue steak. Not barbecue steak. So, nevertheless, let's jump right to the phones before we head out to the first break. Barbecue Central Radio, name and where you're calling from. Hello.
Hey, Greg, you got Merle.
Oh, Merle.
A minute early.
No problem, Merle. We're going to do these set of commercials, and we'll be right back with you, all right?
Fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio. Hang with me. We'll be talking with Merle Whitebook from the Kansas City Barbecue Society right after this. Stick around.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Hey, smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dog's now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures, so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Hey, this is Helen Paradise from SoCal, and you are listening to the Barbecue Central Show.
Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio. Don't forget, fourth segment coming up, Know Your Cue, for your chance to win a 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub, graciously donated by the folks at D-Dog's Barbecue Rub. You can find out more about them at ddogsbbq.com. D-Dog's Barbecue Rub, it's better than ketchup. Don't forget to visit our website, thebarbecuecentral.com, for everything important to the world of barbecue and grilling as promised. And as you probably heard before we jumped out for the first segment, Merle Whitebook joining me tonight to talk about some things that are related to KCBS competitions. Merle, welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you, Greg. It's great to be here.
So, Merle, this is, I guess, the idea behind the appearance tonight is we had a thread on the Barbecue Central forum in regards to garnish last week. And there was some back and forth going on as far as, how judges are trained and what judges are supposed to look for and how it's supposed to be judged, so on and so forth. And from there, kind of a large thread gisting back and forth between, what certain people thought, this and that. Well, that actually inspired an article that was written by one of my forum members. His name is Tony Hunter. And he is from the Indy Smokehouse Barbecue Competition Cooking Team. He's located out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Now, he wrote this article, and from all accounts, it was, very well written, very well received. And he said that he actually went ahead and forwarded it to the folks at the KCBS. Had you run across this article at all? It was entitled "Fairness in KCBS Judging."
I did. Tony sent that to me, and I read it, and I've had a few email conversations with Tony, thanking him for it, as he understands a few suggestions he had. We can't simply summarily implement and would require some changes in our rules and what we do. It's also been interesting. He had his article posted on several forums, and I found it equally interesting to see the response of cooks and judges from around the country, which seemed to mirror my opinion, which was he had some really good ideas. A few of them, would require major overhaul of our rules and procedures, which never happens rapidly. We move slowly. That's probably good for our organization to not have rampant or substantial changes in any calendar year. Over the evolution of 20 years, obviously, our rules do change and evolve. We have a rules meeting every year where the cooks and judges are invited to email suggestions, come to the rules meeting. There's votes taken, and then those recommendations are taken to the board and either adopted or rejected. And that's how our rules historically have changed year by year.
Now, for the people that maybe weren't on the Barbecue Central forum or hadn't read this article that he wrote on some of the other forums, and of course there's numerous other ones out there, would you mind if I kind of briefly went over, a few of the sections, and then you can kind of weigh in on, what your thoughts are about it, and then if that would be a major overhaul issue, as you stated, or if that's something that, or if it's, more of a, something that could be done, so voted on, fairly easily. Sure. Okay. So he basically started off the article by saying, how he kind of got into barbecue and how he was, basically happy with eating blackened ribs and with the essence of lighter fluid, but after he actually got into the art of barbecue and became a competitor and a certified judge, he started to spend a lot of time honing the craft, as a number of the competitors obviously do, and basically found, in his view, again, this is one person's view of Kansas City Barbecue Society judging, that there were perhaps some inherent issues that he wanted to address kind of in an open form letter. So the problem that he stated was that the process of KCBS barbecue judging has a serious problem, in his opinion, that proves terribly unfair to the competitors who sacrifice so much to compete. The problem is preferential bias. This means that CBJs, or certified barbecue judges, judge their entries based on what they personally prefer rather than what is actually in front of them. In other words, some judges score entries based on what entry is not, instead of scoring the entry for what it is. This is a problem in all three categories: appearance, taste, and tenderness. To kind of prove his overall theory, he argues or brings up the pulled chicken portion, basically saying an example of this preferential bias would be somebody that would pull in pulled chicken rather than submitting thighs, which is more traditionally used. Recently had discussed with a number of competitors about pulled chicken, and the overwhelming response would be in the competitor's disadvantage to turn in something like that, because more or less that's not something that KCBS judges were used to seeing. But this was something that was, absolutely allowed, and as a judge, it was his job to not judge the entry, judge what the entry is not. His job was to judge the entry according to the rules. Judges should remember that the KCBS meat category is chicken, not chicken thighs or some other part. So how do you feel about that particular, example to bring up for preferential bias?
At every contest, it is mandatory that the judges who are present listen to the instructions, the CD, for that contest. The very first statement that is stated when you listen to the CD is, remember, it's not about what you like. It's judging according to the rules and procedures of Kansas City Barbecue Society. That instruction is there to address the very issue that he brings up. People get used to something. I don't know if it's a prejudicial bias, but if I'm used to something and if I see something that I'm not used to and it seems strange, you look at it when the box is open and you're like, I'm not used to seeing that. We give the judge an instruction, it's not about what you like. Judge according to the standards. The standards say any entry except for ribs may be chopped, diced, sliced, or whole. It can be presented however the cook's choice deems and is appropriate. Therefore, it is inappropriate for the judge to have that bias according to what we've instructed. One other thing that I'm hoping to add to our rules next year, and again, we have to get the CBJ or lay judges to listen to this, is please do not add or take away from the rules. Obviously, being on the board, I receive a lot of emails and I hear from people about judges who have either added or taken away from a rule. If they will apply the rules that we have, which is that is an appropriate entry, then that bias shouldn't be there. Now, am I naive enough to say that if you present something that a judge has never seen, that he's going to score it the same as something that he's used to? I would love to tell you, yes, he will. But in reality, it is a problem. I have seen several great cooks put in chopped chicken or pulled chicken, and it scored very well at the contest. Did it win? No. The times I've seen it, it didn't win grand champion or first place, but I have seen it score very well. You do take a risk as a cook when you do something extraordinary in your box. When a lot of novice cooks and some experienced cooks talk to me about what they're doing in their box, I suggest to them that unless they are certain that it will give them a competitive edge, that I discourage them from stretching that window too far. If it is so unique that it causes the judges to look at it, to question it, whether it's a legal turn-in, whether it's appropriate, whenever a judge has to question it, it could affect your scores either up or down. So I discourage a cook from going too far from the norm unless he is certain that he will gain an advantage by doing it.
But basically, that's kind of what this whole article is about. If, let's say, for instance, somebody does a pulled chicken, and without a doubt, it is by far the best chicken that anybody has in the competition, but when judges go to open it, what they're used to seeing 99.99% of the time is chicken thighs. So ultimately, they're going to see it, they're going to open up, they're going to be surprised, and most likely that, even though it could be the best chicken, it's probably not going to be the one that's chosen to win that category because of how different it looks. True or false?
I can't say that it's necessarily true, and I don't mean to be argumentative. As I said, I've seen some very top scores. I'm talking about the top 2 or 3. I haven't seen it be first place. To say that that was a bias that it didn't receive first place, I didn't taste it, so I can't say that. But I've seen it in the top 2 or 3 categories. Some great cooks turn in pulled or chopped chicken. But I'm also open enough to say that there is an inherent risk. It's not a product of our rules. It's a product of human nature. Our rules are telling the judges it's not about what you like. If it is a legal and appropriate entry, give it an appropriate score.
All right, we're quickly losing time. I apologize to bust out like this, but we'll continue with the garnish aspect of things when we come back, if time allows for you, Merle.
Absolutely.
All right, hang with us. We'll be right back. We're talking with Merle Whitebook from the Kansas City Barbecue Society. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Hey, smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dog's now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com. The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The phone lines are open on the Barbecue Central Show.
Barbecue Central Show.
Call 216-220-0966 to get on the air. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back to the Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio. Don't forget, next segment, Know Your Cue, for your chance to win a 3-pack of D-Dog's barbecue rub, so take notes. You can only win if you're listening live. We're talking with Merle Whitebook from the Kansas City Barbecue Society about preferential bias in KCBS competitions, or perhaps barbecue competitions in general. So, Merle, let's go ahead and pick back up kind of where we left off here. Obviously, there is going to be a human nature element to this. I mean, I would imagine if pulled chicken started winning grand championships, or was one of the main reasons for it, a lot more people would go to it and start turning away from thighs, and perhaps that would be more of the norm that you would see at competitions.
You're absolutely right, Greg. People are going to mimic what works. Why do we have the number of cooking classes we have? Because they're great cooks, they're grand champions, and people want to copy their style in order to improve their scores. We're always going to attempt to copy whatever is going to score the best and what will work. Human nature we won't ever get rid of, but we are trying to design rules and train our judges to do away with preferential bias and to be open-minded in reminding them to only give scores and to judge according to the rules and procedures that we train in our CBJ classes.
Now, the other side of this that I wanted to talk about, and this was more of the conversation we had last week, is the garnish or not to garnish rule. And there was a post made by one of my forum members about, how when he opens a box, if he sees a little bit of white on the side, he's already starting to score the box down. I can't say that I've actually ever competed. I mean, I've helped a few teams here or there, but as far as garnish, I'm of the opinion that we're at a barbecue competition. The judge is putting the meat in his mouth. He's tasting the taste, the tenderness, and the appearance of the meat, and the garnish never makes it into the judge's mouth. So to me, it would be almost absurd that you could potentially be scored down because you either because you didn't decide to put any garnish in the box. And as I read up on the rules in the week that has transpired, garnish is actually optional in KCBS. It's nothing that required. So what are the actual standards that you teach the CBJs as far as garnish is concerned, so we are on the absolute level and know exactly what judges are looking at when they look at turn-in boxes?
Greg, you've studied well. Garnish is optional and is not required. I don't want to pick on your caller or reader, but I would love to have a discussion with the person that says he will score down if he can see any white styrofoam showing on the side of the box. If garnish is optional, then that again is a judge who is adding to the rules. There is no rule requiring garnish. When I teach the class, I make a point, and it happens frequently. There's one box that we turn in with no garnish. There's another box where we just kind of throw some parsley or cilantro on the meat. And we do this on purpose. And the reason why is I'm always hoping a judge, when I ask them about their scores, and we have them raise their hands across the entire classroom. And I have, 20, 30, 40 people raising their hands. How many gave 9s? How many gave 8s? How many gave 6s or 5s? I'll have a low score, and I'll say, why did you give that score? And they go, well, the garnish looked like it was thrown in there. And my next question is, but what did the meat look like? This is a meat contest. The garnish does two things. It frames and should accent the meat, drawing your attention to the meat. The garnish should not hide the meat where you can't see it. But our rules, when it says garnish is optional, if a judge is making up his own garnish rules, or I heard last week a complaint that a judge said, if there aren't more than 6 ribs in the box, I take a point away. Well, the rule says you have to have 6 identifiable pieces. What we're striving for is to train the judges, do not add to the rules, do not take away from the rules. With garnish being optional, I have seen boxes with no garnish win grand championship. I've seen boxes with garnish win grand championships. I have a bias that I believe that the garnish does several things. One is that the garnish holds the meat in place. These boxes get moved around. When there's garnish in the box, the way you place the meat is generally the way it will be presented to the judges. So your presentation as a cook will be enhanced. If I can throw out for a moment, especially in the chicken category, I take that chicken directly off of my cooker. It's going straight into the box. I'm closing the box. I'm wrapping the box in towels or in a pizza delivery folder and taking it to turn in. If you've ever seen hot chicken, it will tend to, as it starts to cool, it will extrude the water and the oils out of that chicken. The bottom of the box really isn't very pretty 10 minutes later or 5 minutes later. The garnish hides that and enhances the presentation. Is it required? No. And therefore, no judge should be judging on the basis of the garnish. The judges are instructed to judge on what does the meat look like. Is it pleasing to you? Is it appetizing? Does it look moist? Does it look edible? Not how much garnish there is. I always say, is this a salad contest? It is not.
Merle, we got a caller on the line who hopefully is going to be jumping in to ask a question here. We go to area code 716, Barbecue Central Show, name and where you're calling from.
Hey, Greg. This is Chris.
Chris,
a.k.a.
hi.
Pigs.
Pigs. Go ahead.
Everybody mistook me. I score a box up, not down, if there's not ample garnish. And that really annoys me that, everybody thinks that I'm scoring down a box because there's not ample garnish in there. It's part, like Diva said, it's part of the whole package. If it looks attractive, it should be tasty, but not always the case.
So this was just somebody misreading what you had posted.
Well, I think so, but I would never score a box down. I do not, me personally. Now this is where we get into personal preference, where garnish in a box. I don't like to see white sides on a box, but that's just me. But that's just human nature, and that's the way it is,
But you would not score a box down because you see white sides on a box.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Uncle Bubba jumping me on that deal.
All right. Well, I mean, this is something we're just trying to clear up here.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would never. I would always score.
Chris, stand down. Merle's trying to talk, please.
Yeah, Chris, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you. You know what you're saying is very classic, and I can't teach this in a class, but I've used an analogy that a Rembrandt painting is a beautiful painting and a classic work of art, regardless of how it's presented. It could just be in its frame, or on the boards that hold the canvas. But when you put a magnificent frame against it and you put light on it, it accents the picture. The frame draws your eyes into the picture so that you appreciate it. And what I think you're saying is that you look at the garnish as, is it causing me to appreciate the quality of that meat? Does it make the meat more appealing? And that's really what garnish should do. It's like frame of great art. If the frame is there to help draw your eyes into the art, or in this case, the art of barbecue, great culinary cuisine, is it tempting? Does it look good? Do you salivate when you're looking at it? Do you want to take your piece out of that box instead of looking at all of the boxes? If the garnish is accenting the meat, then you've done a great job.
Chris, thanks.
I agree 100%. Very good. Excellent point. Excellent point. And that's what I was trying to convey on the board. So some people...
I could tell that. That's why I wanted to help you out there.
Right.
And some people misunderstood me, obviously, but thank you very much.
All right, Chris, thanks for the call.
Have a good night, Chris.
All right, well, I'm glad he called in there to clear that little, but I'm glad it actually transpired, because ultimately, for something that seems to be optional, I mean, has there ever been a time when garnish has been brought up in KCBS meetings and brought about to say, hey, let's just do away with it altogether and let's make it a rule?
Every year since I've been involved with KCBS, it has been debated. It has gone before the Rules Committee. It's gone back before the board. And every year the decision's been leave it optional. In part, and I'm not saying there's a good reason that it should be garnish optional, but part of it is it's what makes KCBS. We have some great sanctioning organizations. There's IBCA, there's Florida, there's Memphis in May, and we all do something a little bit different. IBCA, there's only a piece of foil in the bottom of the box. The garnish is not required, but it contributes to our style, and you see it in a lot of boxes. We don't see a downside to it, and we feel that it's beneficial. The downside to the garnish, if there is a downside, is that we need our judges to understand, judge the meat, not the salad.
Merle, let's go back to the phone lines. If I'm guessing correctly, we go to Barrie, Ontario, Canada, and DivaQ. Danielle, how are you tonight?
I'm great. Doing terrific.
Hi, Danielle.
Hey, how you doing? I just wanted to say that his description of an artist's painting in regards to the meat is probably the best description I've ever heard in regards to presentation boxes. That is exactly how all boxes should be viewed. But they should not be, and I got to go back to this again because there's been comments flying on lots of forums this week about this, the no garnish issue. I would never personally ever turn in a box without garnish in an American competition or a Canadian competition. But I think that the description he gave in regards to framing it as much as possible like an artist picture is probably the best description I've ever had as per the reason for garnish.
Would you, as a competitor, Danielle, would you prefer to not have to deal with garnish at all? Would you rather just be able to turn meat in a box and have it being judged specifically on just meat without the the potential of bias being entered in because of the parsley only or the lettuce shaped this way or what have you?
I think you're going to get bias no matter what. I don't think it makes a difference. I think you're going to get bias as per tastes. You're going to get bias as per sweet, per spicy, per spares, per backs. I think the KCBS has is doing the best they can to reduce the amount of biases by stating that they should stay within the rules, not make them up as they go along, not take them away as they go along, but within the confines of the rules, is it legal or not? Personally, you know what? I like my frame. I like my artist frame of my meat. It enhances what my meat looks like. It provides a better contrast to the bare white. My sauces are mostly red-based. They don't come off overly dark. Obviously, there's an absolute primary color there that contrasts the most on a color wheel with green. So obviously, it's going to be focused more on that contrast and how bright and vivid it looks. I think that the KCBS just has to continually work on it, as they already are. Trying to reduce those biases. That's the best intention of any organizing body out there, is to reduce the amount of biases that people have going into the judging chambers, whether they be in Canada or the U.S.
Danielle, thanks for listening.
When can we cook together?
Did you want me to give you some lessons there, or what?
I can always use lessons.
If anything, I could use some more.
The only question is, are you coming to Oklahoma or am I coming to Canada?
I have actually got a standing invitation for a couple of things in Oklahoma, so I'm going to have to come down there, I'm thinking.
Well, when you come down, let me know. I'd love to catch up.
More than happy to come down there.
Danielle, thanks for calling in tonight. I appreciate it.
No problem, Greg. Have a good.
Hey, Chris, Danielle pointed out something, and I'm going to change the emphasis a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean to pick on Big Bob Gibson, because he puts out an incredible product. But Big Bob Gibson does a white barbecue sauce.
Right.
I've seen that sauce at competitions, and I've had judges just go ballistic. What is this? It's gravy on there. You can't have a white sauce. It's human nature. Again, we're getting away from garnish. We're getting away from all, is it thighs or something? When it's something different, I've seen that white sauce be used in the Midwest, and the judges completely go nuts over why is it a white sauce, because they've never seen it before. If you're around the South, where Big Bob Gibson is very famous and has won a lot of competitions, I'm sure it does substantially better. But again, she made a good point, and it made me think about the color of the sauces. A red sauce does better. So do I have a preferential bias? Yeah. I mean, it's part of human nature of what they're used to seeing. Has nothing to do with our rules.
So here's what we've learned tonight. The KCBS has rules in place. You try very hard in all of your CBJ classes when you're certifying new judges to make sure that they are following the rules that you dictate and have set forth. And ultimately, much like sports, much like pretty much anything in life, people's personal feelings and preferences, whether they are being spoken out loud or not, are going to be altered in and factored in to the overall competition. And as much as we try and steer away from that and try and prohibit that, there's only so much that the KCBS, that the FBA, that anybody can do about it.
Absolutely.
Merle,
great summary.
I always appreciate you coming on and talking about barbecue. We'll have you on soon. Thanks for coming on tonight. I appreciate it.
Hey, Greg, have a good night, and it's great to hear from all of your listeners.
Take care.
Bye.
Merle Whitebook on the board of the Kansas City Barbecue Society. Man, that was a great 2 1/2 segments. I'm a little over, so we'll do this last set of commercial breaks, come back. We can review. You can call in. We'll try and win barbecue rub all in 5 minutes. Stand by.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures, so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away, and there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Hey, smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dog's now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com.
Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio, 216-220-0966. If you want to call in and take part in the show, weigh in on the last couple segments that we had with Merle Whitebook on the Kansas City Barbecue Society. Don't forget to visit the website at www.thebbqcentral.com. We go ahead and rifle directly to the phones. Barbecue Central Radio, name and where you're calling from.
Chris from Seatown.
Chris from Seatown. Go ahead.
Yes, Greg. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Merle made the analogy that garnish is like a picture frame on a beautiful work of art. I prefer to think of it more of a bra supporting a wonderful pair of tits.
Very nice. Thanks for nothing. Oh, my God. Thank you, Chris from Seatown, for that. Feel free to never call back again if you're so inclined. 216-220-0966. To win the 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub, you can go ahead and call in. Here's the question. We talked about a turn-in the poultry that potentially could be scored down because it is not chicken thighs. If you could name the kind of chicken that someone would turn in, potentially be scored down on because it is out of the norm of chicken thighs, you will win a 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub, 216-220-0966. And there you go. Also, if you want to weigh in on the Merle Whitebook interview, I'm glad that Chris called in and cleared up the misconception or the misread of his posts, and we move on from there. just did want to weigh in on the fact that I was able to break in the new Close, and that was awesome. But we'll wait for that. We'll go to the phone lines. Barbecue Central Radio, name and where you're calling from.
Hey, it's Kevin T. from Youngstown.
Kevin.
AKA Uncle Bubba.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
What can I do tonight?
What's that?
What can I do for you tonight?
Hey, just wanted to rebut a little bit of what Chris was talking about.
Well, hurry up. You only got like 30 seconds.
30 seconds. My biggest point with him was that he was talking about the weight around the box, and if there's first thing he looks at is the lettuce around the box. I mean, I'm very, very cognizant of that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to just let him know that I still love him.
So perhaps it was a misread, yes or no?
No hard feelings, but I still have my own personal opinion on people that judge like that. But that's okay. I mean, I understand what he's saying, and
hello,
we're cool.
There you go, Kevin. Thanks for the call.
Hey, take care.
Bye. And so you have it. Thought we had somebody else up. Area code 225. Go ahead. Barbecue Central Radio, name and where you're calling from.
My name is Ron, calling from Louisiana.
Hey, Ron, what's up? What can I do for you tonight?
Oh, I think I can answer that question, but I really wanted to say it was a dadgum good show tonight.
Well, thank you. This is what we try and do every Tuesday night at 9:00. So you want to play the show? Have you won already?
Yeah.
No, you can't win again. What the hell are you talking about?
I don't want to win again. I just want to tell you it was a good show.
Oh, I thought you said you were looking to win also, as well as give me accolades.
Well, you're not giving away a big green egg, so I'll pass.
All right, Ron. Well, Ron, I appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate you listening. I really do. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Take care. Now we go back to area code 716. Name and wait a second. Let's do this. What are we doing? All right, here we go. Try again. Area code 941. Barbecue Central Radio. Name and where you're calling from.
Calling from Bradenton, Florida.
Bradenton, Florida. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, this is Carl Marmore. I'm a first-time caller.
Carl Marmore, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I would like to answer the question.
All right, let's play the show. Stand by. And now it's time for the game show sweeping the nation. Know Your Cue with your host, me, Greg Rempe. And now, here's me, Greg Rempe. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
We're going to be joining another call here. So, okay. What was your name again? Sorry?
Carl Marmore.
Carl Marmore. Go ahead and name the piece of meat that potentially could be scored down. Go ahead.
Chicken.
Can you be more specific?
Shredded or chopped.
What?
Shredded or chopped.
Shredded or chopped.
Or pulled.
Or pulled. Let's see. Judges? All right. You win. Go ahead and email me your shipping information. We'll get that right out to you.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you very much for calling in, and take care.
Goodbye.
We go back to area code 716. Name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Chris.
Chris, what's up?
Hey, I'd like to answer the question if it's at all possible.
Dan Marmore just won. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's okay. But tell Kevin I love him too.
All right, we're not calling into the show to tell people how much we love them. Forget about that. Thanks. What the hell is going on here? Now we have love phone calls happening on the Barbecue Central show. Let's go ahead and check out some of the emails here. We have about 2 more minutes. Danielle wanted to know if Kevin and Chris were going to be hugging soon. That's funny. I don't know what that one was about. Pulled chicken. She got that one right. Chris from Cleveland wants to know, why do all broads from Canada call the show? They aren't real people. Thanks for nothing. Pig said that he will increase the score because of garnish. Does Merle agree with that? Merle's no longer on the phone. Greg, please ask Merle if it's true that midgets Please ask Merle if it's true that midgets cook are always given a lower score because it's human nature. Thanks for nothing, Chris. I'm not going to even read that one you just said. And this one was from well back in the show. Why can't we just barbecue in harmony? All butts are beautiful, and believe me, I certainly couldn't agree more with that. All butts are beautiful, but we have to get the preferential bias out as best we can, and that was the idea for the show tonight. And I think we've hit the end. So, with that being said, I want to thank Merle Whitebook, who sits on the board of the Kansas City Barbecue Society, talking to us about preferential bias, answering some of the questions about the article that Tony Hunter wrote, which was a very great article. If you haven't read it, go ahead and go to the Barbecue Central Forum and check that out. It's called Open Letter to the Kansas City Barbecue Society, or Fairness in Judging, or something along those lines. Thanks to Danielle Domofsky, Kevin T., the guy in Bradenton, Florida that called in that I can't remember his name, Chris from Seatown. I think I should thank you. Ron Hill. Thanks to the Barbecue Central crew, sound engineer Sam Hassan running the sound in South Central Los Angeles. Sam, I appreciate each and everything that you do. Stay tuned for a replay of Broad Topics coming after me here at 10 o'clock Eastern on LA Talk Radio. And don't forget to check out all the programming we have here. There's definitely something for everyone. We'll see you back here 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time next Tuesday for the Barbecue Central Show. This is your program host, Greg Rempe. Good night now.
Smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dog's now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures, so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com. Or call 1-800-288-GURU.